Dana White gives a promising update on Jones versus Aspen. One of the biggest fights fans are hoping for in 2025 is a heavyweight title unification in the UFC. While Jon Jones is widely regarded as one of the greatest fighters ever, some still question whether he's the best in his current weight class. Interim champion Tom Aspel makes a strong case for being the best heavyweight right now. His speed, power, and youth make him a fascinating challenge for Jones. The buzz surrounding a potential fight between them has only grown, especially given the back-and-forth banter, with the heavyweight champ showing little enthusiasm for the matchup. Thankfully, Dana White is keen on making the fight happen. Despite Jones's reputation as a tough negotiator, the UFC seems determined to bring it to life, which is a positive sign. Aspen has confirmed he's agreed to everything on his end, so plans are likely already in the works. Dana shared the same confidence in a recent interview with Jim Rome, saying the fight will happen. Quote, "We're in the works, we're talking on it. I mean, I've said that I'm very confident that fight happens this year. Nothing's holding it up. It's just a matter of getting it done. You know this stuff. It's not as easy to put these type of fights together as people think they are. They take time, and we'll get it done." End quote. From the outside, it might seem like getting Jones to agree to the fight is the biggest obstacle. However, Dana believes there's no major barrier preventing the deal from going through. Jamahal Hill expects a title shot with a win over Jiri Prochazka at UFC 311. Hill feels he's earned the right to be back in the title mix in the UFC light heavyweight division, believing that a win in his next fight will secure him a chance to reclaim the championship. Hill will face fellow former 205 pounds champion Jiri Prochazka tomorrow night at UFC 311. Hill, who is no stranger to championship success, won the vacant title at UFC 283 by defeating Glover Teixeira by decision. Hill's journey back to the top hasn't been easy. He fought Alex Pereira for the title in the main event of UFC 300 last April, but was knocked out in the first round. Despite the setback, Sweet Dreams remains focused on making his way back to the top. Quote, "Yeah, 100%. I feel a win here, especially a dominant, impressive win, gets me a title fight next. Next is the championship. I don't see why it wouldn't be an Ilia fought number 5 or something like that last. Then that just says title, so I'm fighting number 2 in the world. I don't see me going backward from that." Hill's rivalry with Pereira goes beyond the octagon, with a controversial altar at the UFC Performance Institute last month. Adding to the tension, this incident has only fueled Hill's determination to prove he's deserving of another shot at the championship. Islam Makhachev says he's not leaving the UFC without a second belt. Makhachev is set to defend his lightweight title in the main event of UFC 311 tomorrow, facing Arman Kukin in a rematch. It's a compelling fight, and if Makhachev wins, there won't be an obvious next contender for him. As a result, Islam has expressed interest in moving up to welterweight, stating he won't retire until he holds 2 belts. Quote, "I don't know, it's not my job, but it's my goal. I'm not going to leave this sport without a second belt. This is my goal." End quote. However, a potential barrier to that plan is Makhachev's friendship with Belal Muhammad, the current UFC welterweight champion. The two have said they don't want to fight each other, but Islam mentioned they might talk it over and come to an agreement. If that doesn't work out, Makhachev is confident he has plenty of time to achieve his goal. Even if it's not his next fight, he's willing to wait and see how the welterweight division unfolds. "He is my friend," Makhachev said. "About Muhammad, we trained together last week. We have the same manager. Yeah, we'll talk. Anything can change very quickly. That's why I'm not planning to retire. I have time. Becoming a champ would undoubtedly cement Islam MV's place as one of the all-time greats in MMA before Islam can chase his champ dreams. He'll first need to defeat Arman tomorrow night. Makhachev is a clear favorite going into the fight, and he's made it clear that his goal is to beat Sarikhan so decisively that he'll never bring up Islam's name again. Quote, "Arman talks too much, but on January 18th I will make him never talk about me again." End quote. With a professional record of 26-1 and coming off a submission win over Dustin Poirier, Islam Makhachev is looking to further solidify his dominance in the lightweight division. The rivalry between UFC featherweight champion Ilia Topuria and MMA legend Khabib Nurmagomedov just got heated. During an interview with Setanta Sports Georgia, Ilia was asked about Khabib being in Umar Nurmagomedov's corner for a fight against his close friend Meb Deals. The undefeated champion didn't hold back, expressing confidence in Meb while challenging Khabib's influence in the octagon. El Matador dismissed the significance of Khabib's presence, implying that no corner advice could prepare Umar for more. Rob's relentless pace and pressure. While he acknowledged Khabib's legacy, Ila's comments hinted at a growing tension between the camps. In the same interview, stirred up controversy by declaring Khabib as his dream opponent. Quote, "Khabib is the fight I've always dreamed of. I truly believe I can beat him both in the peak of his career and now." End quote. The statement set social media ablaze, with fans debating whether Ilia's confidence is justified. Some pointed to Khabib's Years away from competition while others dismissed Toria's claims as overly ambitious, Topuria also set his sights on Khabib's cousin Islam Makhachev, the reigning UFC lightweight champion, confident as ever. Ilia claimed, quote, "I know I can beat both Khabib and Islam on any given day." The retired UFC Hall of Famer didn't let Topuria's words go unnoticed. In a recent podcast appearance, Khabib reinforced his confidence in his abilities, emphasizing that his retirement wasn't due to age or decline, but the loss of his father. He reminded everyone why he's considered one of the greatest, quote, "Even now I believe I can beat anybody in the world. I'm not old. I retired because my father passed away, not because I couldn't compete. Since I was born I've been a competitor. Many people train, but not everyone is a warrior. Warriors defend their titles and remain the best. I could become a UFC champion if I wanted to right now, but it's Islam's time now. He's the best now." While a fight between Khabib and Ilia is pretty much impossible, the growing tension between their camps is undeniable. A more likely scenario is a showdown between Islam Makhachev and Ilia Topuria, with both champions bringing their respective strength tours, knockout power, and Islam's elite grappling, making for a high-stakes battle. But first, Islam has to get through a very tough arm and Syrian this Saturday. Charles Oliveira is ready for the winner of Islam and Arman at UFC 311. In a recent interview with TNT Sports, Charles shared his thoughts on the upcoming rematch between Islam and Arman. For Oliveira, the winner doesn't really matter. He's ready to fight either one of them as soon as possible. Ola also confirmed that he will be attending the event at the Intuit Dome this weekend to watch the fight. Quote, "They have similar styles. I think Islam is a little bit ahead. I also think it's going to be a very good fight, but for me it doesn't matter who wins. I'm the next. It depends on how they will leave the fight. For me it doesn't matter. I will fight in February, March if I could, but it will depend on how the fight goes. I will be there, even if I have to sit close to the cage." And quote, Ola's last fight was against Michael Chandler at UFC 309. Charles dominated the contest, securing a unanimous decision victory. Despite Chandler's early aggression, Oliveira controlled the pace with his striking and grappling. The win reaffirmed Oliveira's position as one of the top contenders in the lightweight division, eyeing another title shot. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for daily MMA news.